So the poem I picked was called Snow White and the Seven Deadly Sins by R.S. Gwynne. And whenever I think of poetry, the first thing I think of is imagery, and that's always what I use to interpret poetry. So what I want you guys to do is when I read it, keep your eyes closed, don't look at anything, don't let anything distract you, and just imagine everything that I'm reading. Okay? And then when we're done, I'm going to show you my painting and see if our interpretations are the same. Okay. So close your eyes. Okay. Good Catholic girl, she didn't mind the cleaning. All of her household chores at first were small, and hardly labors one could find a meaning. One's duty was one's refuge after all. And if she had her doubts at certain moments, and once confessed them to the Father, she was instantly referred to texts in Romans, and Peter's first epistle, chapter 3. Years passed, more sinful every day, the seven breakfast, grabbed their pitchforks and donned their horns, and sped to contravene the hopes of heaven, sowing neighbors' lawns with tares and thorns. She set to work. Pride's wall of looking-glasses ogled her dimly, smeared with prints of lips. Lust's magazines lay strewn, bare tits and asses, weighed by his devices, chains, cuffs, whips. Gluttony's empties covered half the table, mingling with avarice's cards and chips. And she'd been told to sew a Bill Blass label inside the blazer envied bought at Gyps. She knelt to the cold master bathroom floor as if a petitioner before the Pope, retrieving several pairs of sloth-soiled drawers, a sweat sock, and a cake of hairy soap. Then, as she wiped the Windex from the mirror, she noticed, and the vision made her cry, how much she grayed and paled, and how much clearer festered the bruise of wrath beneath her eye. No poisoned apple needed for this princess, she murmured, making X's with her thumb. A car door slammed, bringing her to her senses. Ho-hum, it's home from work we come. And she was out the window in a second, in time to see a handsome prince, of course, who, spying her distressed condition, beckoned for her to mount, what else, his snow-white horse. Impeccably he spoke, his smile was glowing, so debonair, so charming, and so male. She took a step, reversed, and without slowing, speeded to St. Anne's where she took the veil. Okay, ready? Open your eyes. Okay, this is my interpretation of where she lived. So when I started reading the poem, when I looked at the title, I immediately thought of the cartoon, the Disney cartoon. So the door here is meant to represent the little house that she went to when she saw the dwarves. And that's why the door over here is small too. And if you can see, I tried to make the walls kind of red and dark to symbolize the hell that she was living in, or that she thought she was living in. And then her Christianity is shown up here. I tried to paint a rendition of the Last Supper, but it's kind of But so over here you see all the mirrors on the wall with the lips stains on them, and then down here I have a bunch of magazines and the whip. I didn't really want to draw that part too graphically. And then over here I have the bathroom with all the sloths, drawers and stuff on the ground, and then in the mirror I have a woman. I couldn't really imagine her face, so I just drew her hair and a bruise under her eye, because it's talking about Wrath's bruise. And then here is a coat rack with the green coat on it for envy, because everyone says green monster, like Chelsea. And then down here is the spools from sewing on the label. Bill Blass was a designer from a while ago, so she was going to put a designer label on something that wasn't designed. These are like cards and gold chips from poker, gambling, avarice, and greed. And then it's mingling with all this trash and garbage from gluttony. And then out here, we have the window that she's looking through, seeing outside. I didn't paint the car purposely, so it kind of was an escape through all the paint, where the white car was the white horse, so she could go with her prince and be happy. So it's kind of how it went.
I like it. What's the name of the poem again?
Snow White and the Seven Deadly Sins.